Alright everyone, and welcome back to another F124 game news video. Today we have the final deep dive thing. Of course there might be some more stuff that gets announced. If there is anything significant, then I'll make another video, but other than that, this could be the final game news video on F124. As well. This one, circuit and driver changes. There is a video as well, which this really just show. Most of this is shown here anyway. As I say, this is probably not going to be a long video in terms of this update because there's not really much there. You know, Silverstone as well has received a significant update as well. As you can see here on this bit of gameplay here as well. I think we're driving as George Russell. There's Ben as well. Yeah, they've definitely done a big update to Silverstone because there's apparently bumps now in the road. So, which is good, but they have rescanned this track about 5 times in as many years, which brings an issue. Why have they been, rescanning this multiple times over the years? Unlike a circuit like Spa has also been redone. I'll show the sliders as well. I mean, completely redone, and it looks like a new track. You know, that is a full-on redone work. So yeah, fair play to them for doing redoing Silverstone and Spa, but there are so many other circuits that do need an update. Brazil, I think, still needs an update. Mexico, I don't think has had an update since it was added to the calendar, re-added back to the F1 calendar. Even the likes of Paul Ricard could do with an update as well, although it's not on the calendar anymore, and it's not been mentioned in here. But we presume it's still in the game. If not, then there probably will be a mod at some point, if modding is available, which we hope it is, to add Paul Ricard, the likes of Paul Ricard, to the F124 as well. So yeah, I just thought I'd come back to the slider, because there's a slider here showing you the difference between Eau Rouge and Raidillon, and you can see here it is vastly different, between F123 and F124. It's vastly different as well. Now they have made some other changes to 2 other tracks, and I've got to ask why. They have seen Losail. I'm a bit confused because, I mean, yes, they've repainted some of the curves as well, but it looks like they've redone a paddock thing. Like, I'm not seeing this building, and they've spent it seems they spent a lot of working on making these paddock buildings. To be fair, I do like what they've done in Jeddah with the artwork. I think it makes Jeddah a bit more interesting, but still, you've got to ask themselves, those better resources could have been spent on remodeling Brazil, Mexico. I'm sure there's so many tracks. Hungary, has that had an update recently? As well, I'm just listing a few. Baku probably needs an update as well. Yes, there are a lot of tracks that do need a big update as well. Now, I'm going to move on to this authentic experience. We already know this, but in case you missed it when it was leaked, you'll be able to hear audio samples which have been stolen from real world broadcasts as well, and basically, so when you play as your driver, you'll be able to hear a voice line at key moments. Obviously, if you're going to be playing as yourself, which I think the majority of us are still going to be playing as our driver and not as somebody else. I'm hoping there's going to be you'll be able to select some audio from the podium pass again, and then also when crashing out you'll be able to select some of that this at the end of the crashing out is a bit new, so that's good. There are hundreds of lines to discover, blah de blah de blah. I'm hoping you could select a few, but I doubt that, to be honest. Now, apparently, all 10 teams have been meticulously created using computer aided. In case you don't know what CAD means, it's computer aided design. Detailed data. With the addition of ray trace dynamic diffuse global illumination technology, which looks like from the visual of it does exactly nothing, because it's still using the Ego engine, which, as I said, as I said last week, I think it was, they're not replacing the Ego engine anytime soon. Improve the lighting, shadow and reflections, and I've got to be honest, I can't see the difference. This is a screenshot from F1 24 and I can't see the difference as well. Yeah, as you know, F2 is coming post launch again, which will probably be by Christmas. And then my team as well, they are adding in my team you can hire I don't know why they're calling F1 esports people, Lucas Blakely, Jarno Otmir and David Tenisa, which you could do that anyway in F1 23. The only real additions to these icons, you can drive as James Hunt and Juan Pablo Montoya as well. Then there's Fan Zone, which wasn't mentioned in the video as well. But yes, that is coming. I've already talked about this in a previous video. And then there's RaceNet, which is pretty useless. Well, not pretty useless, but I don't use it personally as well. But I mean, yeah. Create join in the league racing and use the app to predict those upcoming real race events. Yeah. I mean, there was a league feature in the F1 game. I don't know if it's still there, but nobody used it. So again, I'm not really a fan of this really, but there we go. I'd much rather they focused on career mode and getting that better, because the problem with career mode is that customization is missing big time. We're getting a livery editor to F1 Manager this year. We're not getting a livery editor to F1 24. And a helmet editor, think again. You're still going to have the same selection of helmets again and again. And then, what's even worse is the face of the player. Unlike in FC 24, FIFA, when you want to call it, you get to design your own face in the game. In F1 24, you will be picking from a preset selection of faces again as well. And to be honest, yeah, that's just why. And there's one face that has been in the game since F1 2016 has had absolutely no changes made to it as well. So it's all very good updating the faces. I'm going to show you a clip now. Actually, before I do this, I want to show you this cutscene. Apparently they've added cutscenes to this. Same cutscene from F1 23, same cutscene from F1 23. So I'll just point out that the only new cutscene in this sequence of cutscenes that they showed us, if I can get it, is this one, which looks like it's the R&D place. This looks exactly the same as the previous F1 games. No, it needed to be, this place needed to be completely overhauled, and it clearly hasn't been as well. I'm pretty sure that this data board is the same data board from F1 28. This has been in the game since F1 2018. F1 2018. Just remember that. As well, it's still got the old R&D icons you can see along the bottom here. Obviously from the R&D tree down the bottom. Yeah, some of it, to be fair, I think this screenshot is new, and it does look like I have made some changes, because I don't remember these headphones, and the workbenches may be very old, but I've added a bin in the cutscene. To be honest, considering what we had before they removed the cutscenes in F1 2020, it is nowhere near enough. They needed to re-add all the cutscenes from F1 2020, then build from that using stuff from Breaking Point, and even if they're not going to use a new game engine, they need to then create some new cutscenes and a new career mode, and of course, customization is a huge letdown for the game as well. But yeah, let me just fast forward through this. Obviously, we've got the HUD, which has disappeared by the looks. Someone's turned off the HUD in this video as well. But yeah, it's pretty much looks the same. This menu is pretty much the same. They turned it off because of all the criticism that we got as well. Yeah. But yeah, you obviously get special moments there with, they have tailored it that if you are going to drive as a driver, they have tailored it depending on where you finish. I'm hoping we could get the option to do that with our driver, but I don't think we will, personally speaking. So this is what I was meaning about the faces. There's Alex Albon smiling and getting photos. So here are all the updated faces for the drivers. You can see Valtteri Bottas' his ridiculous mullet is there as well. So let me just rewind and pause here. So not really sure how realistic Gasly looks there, or Hulkenberg. What face? They all look like they've smelt an unpleasant smell. As well, Gasly no. So no, definitely not. Yeah, I'm not entirely sold on these faces, to be honest, as well. But let me know what you think in the comments below. As well, let's say F2, the wrong F2, because this is last year's F2 again. Really, and then obviously we've got My Team icons, which you can drive as all of this lot, not the ones with the stars on. Or apparently you can, though, because you can choose driver. So it looks like this is a menu as you enter F1. Choose driver, and you've got each the stats, 1 out of 3 driver ratings as well. Notice that. And obviously got same cutscene, same cutscene from F1 23 there as well. And then they really, you've then got, this is still the same menu from F1 23. This is a new cutscene, I will admit, as well. It's the pre-season drop. I presume this is going to be sort of the entrance to the season. As well. It'd be nice if you could walk around, and see who's who. That would be so cool as a pre-season video as well. But sadly, no. And then you can choose your avatar. I haven't seen. Is he here? I can't see that picture. But yeah. So yeah, you can race as these three, but. There he is. This bloke. He's here. This Don here has been in the game since F1 2016. I knew he was going to be in the game. I'm pretty sure this Don here has been in a long time as well. Yeah. Just being copied and pasted from game after game after game. Such a disappointment. Why do we have to put up with this in 2024? Why can't we have every FIFA's had it for years now, where you able to customize the face? This is just disappointing. Or yet again, Codemasters are trying to cut corners to maximize the profits for EA as well. And obviously there's been a turn down in sales because they had to well, one, you guys have been telling me in the comments you're not buying the game, and two, you really, excuse me, they had to extend the pre-order bonus by a week to try and get more people to buy the game. Yeah, such a disappointment to see, you know, that they haven't done that. As well, as I say, James Hunt there, and Juan Pablo Montoya winning a race. As well, you can drive with those drivers as well. But yes, I don't think this game's going to sell very well. It's not that they haven't done enough. They've tried. Yes, some of the stuff they've added to career mode is nice to see, but I don't think interviews are in the game. You know, that was a big thing that has been missing from the previous games. Interviews. Like, I've not seen one thing mention interviews. I could still be wrong, and they could be hiding in an episode, and we will find out in 3 weeks' time, because the Champions Edition of the game. And again, I've got to ask yourself, if you are going to buy this game, don't buy the Champions Edition, because there is pretty much not worth it. Yes, you might get early access. Bitcoin you get is not worth it, because most of it's for F1 World these days. And you know, this is just yeah, not very good. And then obviously you do get some liveries if you want to go and race them in time trial, which, to be honest, they're on the F1 World car, so they're not actual. They are only liveries. They're not the actual cars. So just be careful about that. But yeah, let me know what you think about F1 24 in the comments below as well. To be honest, if I wasn't a content creator, would I still buy this game? And I'm probably saying no. F1 Manager, it looks fantastic. They've done a lot of work with it. It's still using Unreal Engine 4, you know, so they haven't gone to the next generation game. But I've seen it in a game before, how easy it is to jump from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5. You know, the game engine's already there. So there is, I know of a game that has made that, you know, since it was in production, it was out and released and everything, and it made a jumped from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5. So at some point I'm expecting F1 Manager to do the same. Presumably they need to, obviously, the old generation consoles are an issue for that, which is probably why they haven't moved yet. But they're still making moves to try and improve the game. And you know, that game's got a livery editor, unlike F1 24. So yes, that's my suggestion. If you are looking for an F1 game to buy in 2024, buy F1 Manager. And if you want, you know, to say, well, I want to go racing, then the Assetto Corsa 2 is coming out this year. And don't forget, you're probably going to be set back a lot of money by GTA 6. That will be probably. I'm gonna guess, I'm just speculating here, there will be a version available for 200 quid. Yeah, 200, at least there'll be 200 quid version. I'm not joking. They're probably one of the most expensive video games of all time. But I mean, think about it, it'll be probably one of the most played video games of all time, because obviously GTA 5 is one of the most, and that franchise is one of the most successful games of series. But yeah, unlike F1, which is going down the drain, yeah, maybe, you know, 2024, we might see some people come back, but for me, I don't think they've done enough, and especially not for casual players, because some of the brake assist is shocking. Like, you know, you just go straight, the car doesn't brake, and then steering assist is horrible. Like, I tried that on the other day just to see at certain tracks if it was actually faster with it on, and it's not. It is horrible to drive with that on as well. But yeah, I've rambled on for far too long, as I said, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you are new around here though, then please do get subscribed for weekly Final 1 content. Until the next video, I'll see you next time. Take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.